Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Chris Garwoski pimp steps his way into the studio for his first appearance on the show in years to talk about how little he has going on. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right. Speaking of dying, we're back on the Life Radio Show. For the second hour, I'm your host, Don Smith. Who do we got? Chris Garwoski.
Yeah.
Has hobbled his way into the studio.
Absolutely. With
his pimp cane in hand. Are you a heavy-handed pimp?
No.
That's the first question.
Gentle,
that's the most important.
Gentle.
That's
pimp.
good. That's
I like
good.
To keep the ladies of the night. I'm trying not to say certain words now. The ladies, the working.
Well, yeah,
class.
you can say prostitutes.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, good.
You know. Hoes.
So,
I think,
the hoes. That's what I was trying not to say. But
yeah, that's okay. I think we can get away with that. If we can't, every studio director we have is having a meeting out there, probably listening in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right as we're in
for
here.
hoes, everybody.
Yeah, I apologize to all the
All
hoes.
these hoes. If there's any hoes listening, come on by.
Yeah, why not? Why not? You
Just
can get a new
Anyways.
pimp. So
Good start. Here we go.
So what's been happening with you, comedy wise? Not necessarily. Well, we can talk about the limp if you want.
Either way, they kind of tie in. I mean, I haven't been doing a lot of comedy. Honestly, I think the show at Wiley's that I saw you at a couple weeks ago was the last time I was there, probably 3 weeks or so ago. I haven't been able to get out of bed because of the limp.
That's never good.
No, 2 herniated discs.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
got them today. My doctor said it was the Boondock Saints 2 of herniated discs, and I don't know how exactly to take that in medical terms, but sounds pricey.
I'm not sure either.
So.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that.
I don't know, but it was a terrible movie, and my back sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's there you go. There you go. See, I just deflated again.
Yeah, is that
This
the chair?
this is the chair. Well, I think I actually kicked the thing
Brings
this
you
time,
down.
so now
Mellows your ego.
I'm even lower than when I first came in.
I
just
feel like I can talk
sometimes
to you now.
sometimes as this show goes on, my spirits get lower and
I
lower.
understand.
And here I am. Yeah, there you go. You went to Wright State?
Yeah.
Are you the reason they're broke?
No.
You know, the teachers are getting ready to strike.
Here, really? I don't know
the teachers union's getting ready to I think like November 19th. Was it the UAP or something like that? UP or something like that. Yeah.
Upper Peninsula. Gotcha.
Yeah, the Upper Peninsula or university professors, either way.
Or teachers.
Yeah. But no, they voted to strike, and more power to them, because when I worked here, I was part of a different union, and there were several times I was ready to strike.
No, I feel it. I'm also part of a union, NALC 182. So
solidarity,
blue blood.
I'm not anymore. I was part of the Teamsters.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I can see it.
Yeah.
This area.
Yeah. That's the beard.
For the listener at home, I'm waving to my face.
Yes.
Just remember.
Well, that plays well on the radio. It really does, because they could feel your hand going past the microphone. That was, no, they couldn't. It's okay.
So yeah, my back sucks. Comedy sucks. Everything sucks now.
How long you been? It's been a long time since you've been in this studio, actually.
Oh, yeah. I came out here a couple years ago, probably, when I first started, and I was all timid and worried about what I was going to say and impressing people.
Yeah.
And you realize...
I was, too, when I first started on the radio show. It's been almost 4 years I've been doing this.
That's good.
I really don't care what I say anymore.
Well, it was easy. Last time I was on, Mike Canistero was your host, so I didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
I just kind of sat here, and he did all the work.
Yeah, Mike can take over. I keep telling him I wish he'd just take over altogether and get me out of here.
He's a GD showman. He should come down here.
Oh yeah. He's been my guest co-host a few times, and always a lot of fun to have him on.
Gotcha.
He does Dose Dollar Store Dining Dudes now.
I've seen all that on Instagram. I keep seeing the sock puppets come up on Instagram, and I'm like, I'm going to check this out, Mike.
Grub. There's a mystery surrounding butt grub right now. That's Canistero's sock puppet on the Dose Dollar Store Dining Dudes. It's a lot of fun.
It's so Mike, though.
It is. It
makes sense. All right.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of things you could say Mike Canistero did, and you go, that doesn't sound like him.
No, it does.
Yeah. Most things, it's like, that's
one of his shows. Yeah. Not downing. I'm not saying in a negative way.
Right. Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
He's a human.
But today is about you.
But today is about you. What the hell?
Yeah. So let's stop talking about Mike.
Forget. What's his
So
face?
What are your thoughts on Mike?
He's all right. He's like 6'2".
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I
so
don't
you get confused with Thor from time to time.
I get Thor
Does
a
that
lot.
still happen? Yeah.
I get.
Well, that's why you have the cane.
That's
because you got Thor.
I don't understand what you're saying to me.
It's okay. It's okay.
Is that a sexual thing? Is it an Upper Peninsula thing? Like, what are we
it depends
talking?
on what you're doing with that cane, I guess. That's
fair enough. No, I look like Thor. I'm damaged as hell.
Yeah. Typical comedian, except for the Thor thing.
No, it's like I had 2 or 3 shows I was supposed to do over Halloween that I didn't really get to do. I've been bedridden for most of the
really
weeks. Yeah, it's been just pain and stuff. But
wow,
there's this thing out there. I don't know if you've heard of it. Percocet. It's this wonderful little happiness. I know Dayton knows a lot.
Oh yeah, Dayton. Yeah.
No,
this is you don't even need to advertise it here. I mean, it's
so
just
I'm able to walk again. I'm able to live.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now there's this other thing for it. It's not exactly legal.
Yeah,
but I've heard wonderful things.
Heroin?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely,
just
absolutely.
Straight to it.
I went to the club.
Beat around the bush.
Saturday night, the club was closed.
Yeah.
Because over the weekend with the Haunt Fest going on down in the Oregon District, we can't really have a comedy show down there. Nobody'd be there. Everybody'd just be out being rowdy. Yeah. And I made the mistake. I learned from it. I made the mistake of leaving the letters up on the marquee. So I came in Sunday to work on the toilet blockage.
Right.
And somebody rearranged our letters, and it said, "Welcome to Wiley's, free heroin."
Oh my God. Did you get a picture? I didn't see that.
I did. Well, when I first got up there, I was kind of mad.
Yeah.
Because it's like they messed with my letters. Where are the rest of them?
Okay, that was what
and I was thinking, but then I found the rest of them, but I had already taken the free heroin down. I'd taken it down.
Oh.
And
back up?
Yeah, I should have. I should have just left it up there.
That's a promotional thing, I guess.
Because that's the thing. It probably would have got plenty of people in there.
Yeah.
Not really the people we want.
Yeah. Crowd would have been asleep, passed out. Oh man.
Yeah. So Haunt Fest changed my letters.
Marketing, man. That's what it's all about.
That's what it offer the free heroin. That's the old
Find
bait
your
and switch.
demographic.
That's the bait and switch. You
And
offer
hit
the
home.
free heroin, you get them in. They're faced with comedy. It's
And
like,
then
well,
they're
you can leave because there's no heroin,
turning
or you
tricks.
can just start laughing
Just for some tickets to a Chris Rock show.
Yeah.
Because Don Smith.
Yep.
Give it away here.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts, is the free heroin they give you at comedy shows. And it's just all downhill from there.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's what gets us hooked.
Sad world. Okay, where are we? So has anything been going on other than back sucking and
No, I play Red Dead Redemption 2 now.
That's
pretty much all-
exciting.
Do you guys play video games? Or?
Is this a video game
Yeah,
crowd?
no.
I forgot we do have a live studio audience. I keep forgetting to mention
This is a
that.
college campus.
I
so
also
maybe...
keep forgetting to mention that this is actually the Wiley's Comedy Studios now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like an official thing?
Sort of semi-official.
Okay,
The
official enough.
general manager told me I
You
could
can
say
put it on a
that.
flyer.
He told me I could say that.
Okay.
He tells me to lie a lot.
That's What's his name? Say it out loud.
I tell him I enjoy the show, and he tells me that,
Can you spell it? What's his phonetic?
Oh, okay. It's to tell you the truth, I can't remember right now.
That's
You
fair.
put me on the spot, I can't remember anything.
I won't have you call your boss. So, anyways,
He's not my boss. He'd be my boss if he paid me. They don't pay me for this.
What's his address?
Who's that?
Huh?
Yeah.
Video games has pretty much been my life for the last 2 weeks, and it sucks because it's like an old westerny video game. If you don't know about it, Red Dead.
with the Percocet, you can't get up and don't worry about video games. With the Percocet,
Okay.
you can't get up and perform. Is that?
No, it just hurts.
Oh, okay.
Walking hurts.
Walking hurts. It does.
And
Wait till you're in your 40s. It hurts more.
I've heard. The great thing about having a cane is all the old men ask you at random places what's wrong, and you're like, oh, I got some nerve damage, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, I remember when I had that when I was 12, and I still haven't walked right in a circle ever since. Everyone has some horrible story about some bad thing that's gone wrong. And it's like, my grandma used to have that. Now she poops and clicks at the same time. It's like, what
Who doesn't? Who doesn't poop and click at the same time?
Man. Thank you, stranger, for brightening up my day.
See, I have had my bouts where I've had to use canes. I've had gout before. I've had the sciatic issue where and it's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah,
I've thrown my back out many times. Just pulled muscles, and the last time it's something that kind of stuck in my memory. I was it was very sad.
Yeah,
because when you start to feel old, when you get in your 40s, you start to feel old. And I was going to the doctor to find out what I did to myself this time, and I come walking in there with a cane. I can't even put shoes on, and so I'm wearing slippers. I've got sweatpants on. I hate sweatpants. I just couldn't get anything else on because I couldn't move.
Right.
So I come limping in there in a cane. I'm in sweatpants and slippers, and I sit down and. Every now and then you run into somebody that you knew in high school.
Okay.
That was pretty in high school.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to run into them, and they're not so pretty anymore.
Absolutely.
As cruel as that sounds.
Right.
Well, in walks a woman that I graduated high school with. Now, actually, no, she was at the window already, because when I looked up there, I thought it was a couple. She was there with her 17-year-old son. Oh. And she turned around, and she was way better looking than she was in high school.
That's what's up.
After age, and here I am,
right,
in slippers and sweatpants, walking like I'm 90.
The craziest,
and that's one of those moments that you just can't get back.
The craziest part of that story is that you don't like to wear sweatpants, Don. If I'm being honest with you, you look like a sweatpants guy.
Absolutely hate them.
Okay,
but why do I look like a I'm over here in a button-down dress shirt.
You got like the kind of like John Goodman vibe, like the working dad.
So that's a sweatpants kind of vibe. But so you're comparing me to John Goodman off of Roseanne. I'm assuming, is that what?
Yes.
So I'm the Dan Connor now.
I mean, he still has a job, so he's doing
That's
something
true,
right.
He does. Yeah. Roseanne's out, but they still have jobs.
She OD'd on Ambien or something.
Yeah, something like that. She should have. But no, all kinds of fun stories like that.
Yeah.
Actually, another fun story that made me feel really good about myself. I went to Arby's last week for lunch. This just happened last week. And yeah, can you imagine feeling bad about yourself in Arby's? I walked in, I ordered my food, and the kid behind the counter couldn't have been more than 14 years old. He rings my food up, gives me my total, then looks at me and goes, "Oh," and types in the computer again. And I get the receipt, senior discount. It's like, I'm 42, dude. Thank you, because I'll take it. I had mixed feelings about it because it was 10% off.
10%.
Yeah, 10% off. But on the other hand, it was a senior discount.
Did you get the Meat Mountain?
Huh?
Did you get the Meat Mountain?
Oh yeah, I got the discount. I'm getting the Meat Mountain.
Oh man.
It's like, wait, can I change my order now? And I ordered a bunch more stuff. And I sat and cried in the corner of Arby's.
We've all been there. That's why they have the bell there. So
yeah,
if you cry, you get to ring the bell.
Yeah. That's what that's for?
I think that's what Mike says.
Because actually, when I left, I took the bell off and hung it around my neck. That way, they know when I was coming back.
That's rough, but probably true. So.
Yeah, it was a great day. It really was.
Oh man. Speaking of gout, here is a 100% true fact about me. I am, from what I understand, uncontested. So if somebody finds out otherwise, I am the youngest human being by the United States Army to be diagnosed with gout.
How young?
I was 22.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
yeah. And
what did you eat? Was you like nothing but liver and meat, red meat and liver
like
every
Kyle
day?
Kinane
You have
it's the king's disease. So I was just living like a king, just enjoying my best life. Man.
That's awfully early though, because I think I was 36.
Yeah.
When I got attacked by
have it when you're 22.
Yeah.
When you live
36 is young for that. But,
yeah.
It was brutal. That to me was one of the worst things ever.
I've had a couple flare-ups. It hasn't
because
been,
I have not since then, but I will tell you, beer is one of the worst things you can do for gout, and I used to drink quite a bit.
Right.
I did not drink a beer for a year and a half. after that is how painful that gout is. That for a year and a half, I did not drink a single beer, not one.
Are you okay?
I made it through.
Okay.
And I drink beer now.
Yeah.
Every now and then
scotch,
I do.
And I've been great ever since.
Yeah, absolutely. Vodka. You know, it's actually I did crack open some bourbon the other night.
Oh,
I called my boss and said, "Can you cover my call time tonight?" Because I was on call. So,
right.
You know, can't do that when you're when you're 3 or 4 glasses into your bourbon.
You can't do that when you're third or fourth.
Well, you can. I could have. In fact, I did get a call, and if I'd have known I could just have remoted into the equipment, I would have done it at home and just got paid while I was on my 4th glass of bourbon. But I went ahead and drove in.
Okay.
No.
You're using a company vehicle.
It's a company car.
Yeah.
If I wreck, who cares?
Not your name.
Oh, all right. Well, I think we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
And we'll come back and we'll get to some news stories because I still have plenty left in my news sack.
I'm excited.
So yeah, well, you better be because this is all you get. This is all you get. Honestly, you better be pretty excited.
That's fair.
I think the way most of this show has gone, I better pull up some. Let's see. I better pull up some choke hazard.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I'm enticed.
You don't want to know. Yeah, there's let's see. Let's see. I only got 2 songs I can play from them over the air. So I'll pick. I haven't played this one in a while. So let's see. This is You Talk a Good Game, and we'll be back here shortly after some choke hazard.
I've been thinking of killing you. Tell myself coming unglued. Bit my tongue and it bled. Blurry eyes from all the meds. Doctor says I should get on some more. Just because my self-image is poor. So now I'm walking to your door. Serenade you lying there on the floor. Love you more. Tell the floor. Boys, love, every last again. You talk a good game.
Hello there. My name is Wallace J. Crumplebottom, and when it's early in the morning, there's nothing that gets me ready for a long day of bean counting quite like a good breakfast. And there's no better breakfast than a brand new episode of The Breakfast Lads. Take it from me, I'm British, so I must know what I'm talking about. Tune in every Wednesday at 8 a.m. for a brand new episode of The Breakfast Lads. Brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
All right. I'll tell you what to do. Go that way. Really fast. If something gets in your way, turn.
All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with Chris Karwoski.
Yay.
Pimp Daddy. Pimp Daddy K. That's what...
That's what my kids call me. So
Or CK. Yeah, that's not one you really want.
that's
That could get sticky.
it is too topical.
All right, should we cover some news stories?
Yeah, what the
I
heck,
feel
man?
like it's time that we really get into the meat.
Nitty gritty.
Hopefully the meat doesn't give us gout.
The community
Flare up, yeah.
depends how much
Especially
cheese is on that meat.
speaking of meat,
Bacon.
this first story is about Ken Ham. Ken Ham. That was just the perfect segue.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that again if I
was
tried.
good. You
Yeah,
should
it's like
try
I
that.
pre-wrote that, but I didn't. I just
God.
we got meaty, and
like
I
the
said
genius.
Ken Ham. Yeah. Ken Ham, the creationist behind the Noah's Ark attraction in Kentucky, is calling on followers to warn children about an eternity in hell on Halloween because it's for the kids. He says, I want to encourage believers again this year to use this day as an opportunity to share the gospel with kids and their families, Ham said on his blog as he hawked $17.99 Learn and Share kits. The kits include pamphlets and dino dollars to distribute to trick-or-treaters instead of candy, if you want your windows soaped.
Yeah.
On the front, the funny money features a roaring dinosaur and claims to be worth $1 million. On the back, the text warns costume kids that if they ever look with lust, they will be punished with death and eternity in hell. Oh, kids these days.
There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot
Yes,
going on.
There is. The kit also includes Noah's Ark dollars, which suggests that if you ever use God's name in vain, for example, the penalty for your crimes against God is death and eternal hell because God is holy and just.
Right, we read the book.
Happy Halloween, kids. That is...
Look,
I think this is for those who haven't read the book
That's
yet.
fair.
This is for kids that are just choosing what books they want to read in life.
I don't know.
And this is the... where he's just trying to keep them from going astray and reading literature. Instead, he can just read the Bible, which is 100% true.
Okay. I don't know if I
From
can
his
make a
perspective,
comment.
which is-
Honestly, I am financially invested in the Ark. I have 7 million Bible dollars sitting on my junk drawer.
Oh,
at
wow,
home,
wow. That is,
because my beautiful.
So you're not
fiancé
you're not giving them out to
no,
kids for Halloween.
A family member brought those in. She has an aunt that went because there's only like 75 miles south of here.
Right,
the creation.
Right.
Street,
I
whatever that
have
thing is.
family that's been there.
Yeah,
And-
we live in Ohio. We've
Yeah,
heard of it.
sure. Yeah, exactly.
So, we have like 7 million. It's like a picture of Noah's Ark. It says like
I
7
have family
million.
in Tennessee that went up to visit the Ark and visited us as an afterthought.
Oh, that's
we were second. We were second to the
religion ruins
Creationist Museum.
everything.
It's like, ugh. And they're going to come up and talk about it, and I'm not allowed to make fun of them. So tell us about, is it kind of like the euro? Is it
I don't know what the exchange rate on the Bible dollar is.
now do you have the Noah's Ark dollars or the Dino bucks? Because
No.
I'm sure, is there an exchange rate between
They
the
have two
Noah's
different
Ark
types of currency at
Because
the
I'd imagine
same-
with Dino dollars you would not be able to buy your way onto the Ark.
It's 2 different types of currency.
You all right over there? You all right, vampire? Yeah.
That's how you know it's a Christian theme park and not a Jewish one, because they have 2 different types of currency.
Right.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Right.
It's
Well, yeah. Yeah. So you can't just give one Noah's Ark dollar away.
No, they. I've been following that. I follow a lot of like atheist pages and stuff on social media, so they're always down.
No, don't be so quiet about it. Go
no,
ahead and
I'm
speak
sorry.
up.
I don't believe in God.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. You don't have to hide it here.
Okay,
This is a place. Yeah, this is a college. So we're. Yeah.
But no. It's just that guy. I don't like him. Have you ever seen him? Have you ever seen what was that? Religulous with Bill Maher?
I've seen part of that. I really don't care for Bill Maher either. But yeah, I've seen parts of that. He annoys me. He's just so smug.
I understand.
He's like the anti Ken Ham. He's like the other way and annoying. It's like, okay, I don't mind if somebody has a belief. Just leave me alone about it. I don't care.
I got you.
You know, if you want to be this, I don't care. If you want to be not this, I don't care equally. Be what you want. But yeah, Bill Maher is just so far the opposite direction that he's as annoying as the other.
I got you.
So.
Well, as an angsty white guy, I kind of like him. No, I get it though. He's like that older brother that never really became anything cool, and you got to kind of explain to your friends why he hangs out with you. It's like, I love him. He's family.
That's it.
He's kind of ill.
Yeah, just we put up with him. It's okay. Yeah. I got you. I have a brother just like that.
I've always preferred Hitchens more so, but that's just me. You want to talk
preferred pigeons? Is it
Hitchens? Christopher Hitchens.
Oh, okay.
Atheist sort of philosopher.
Oh, okay. Pull that mic closer.
I'm sorry.
You keep trailing off. You keep trailing. And
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. They can't see that on the radio either.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I don't mean to scold you, but gee, I gotta have a radio show here.
So naughty.
Okay.
So the managers are listening? Anyway.
No, not the managers.
Okay.
The directors. They're more important than man. They're not.
I don't know how the radio.
Nobody cares.
Nobody. Nobody at all.
Yeah, it's college radio. We can get away with anything. A judge removed his robe, and actually, this is the start of a news story. Judge removed his robe and gave chase after two handcuffed inmates made a run for it from his Washington State courtroom. Video obtained by the Daily Chronicle. I love how I read news stories about videos because we can't show video on the radio.
It's not a podcast. Get over it.
Yeah, video obtained by the Daily Chronicle shows Judge R.W. Buzzard leap into action when 22-year-old Tanner Jacobson and 28-year-old Cody Howard bolted for the door and down the stairwell. Jacobson was in the lead, bounding down 4 flights of stairs, but the judge closed in on Howard. The judge grabbed him just as he was about, which is funny because he had no robe and he was naked. The judge grabbed him as he was about to exit the courthouse. Authorities apprehended Jacobson a few blocks away. Both are charged with second-degree escape. That's okay. We'll get back to that. Sheriff Rob Snaza.
This is fake.
I love these names.
This is all fake.
Judge R.W. Buzzard.
Come on.
What's the other
Sheriff
guy's name? Rob Snaza.
Snaza.
Says these things don't happen very often.
The crime dog.
Yeah.
No.
Yep, R.W. Buzzard.
So wait, he was naked under the robe?
No, I'm just kidding. It's. I was trying to embellish a little bit for humor, for the sake. You haven't been doing comedy for a long time, have you?
3 years. I didn't catch the inflection. It wasn't.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay, we're good. It's all right. So R.W. Buzzard is that's a judge you don't want to mess with.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a bird pun, but I don't know. He's buzzing along them.
Yeah, he's just there to pick up the carcasses left by the other judges. Is all. That's moving on. A vintage aircraft. See, I was gonna make a joke on this about you had mentioned something about a never mind a Jewish attraction. Since we were talking about the Christian, vintage aircraft with some markings of Nazi Germany's Luftwaffe crashed onto 101 freeway in Agora Hills, California on Tuesday and burst into flames. Yeah, no one was injured. Despite the use of the Luftwaffe's black and white cross, the plane was not a World War II aircraft from Germany, but rather a vintage North American AT-6 SNJ trainer aircraft owned by Donald Trump. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sorry. The plane belonged to Condor Squadron, a non-profit organization which flies World War II themed planes over parades, celebrations, memorials, and in mock dogfights.
Oh, it was a plane.
Yes.
Did it crash? Or
it crashed. It crashed. Crashed and burned on the 101 freeway.
Oh, that was a car.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that scene from Rat Race.
It was a vintage aircraft with markings of Nazi Germany's Luftwaffe.
What?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to you at all.
You weren't. You were just sitting there. You weren't
fair.
even on your phone. That's
I know.
I'm used to
looking at
when
the
I'm
clock.
talking to somebody and they're on their phone, they don't pay attention. You have a bottle of water that is clearly more interesting than me.
I like to be polite when I'm not
And-
paying attention to you.
A bottle of water is more interesting than me talking about Nazi Germany aircraft crashing in 2018 California.
To be fair, I was thinking about the movie Rat Race, and that.
There you
cinema
go.
classic.
There you go. That is when John Lovitz hits his face on the dashboard and has that little mustache.
That's who I was thinking
That's perfect.
That guy, John Lovitz. You guys get it.
I love John Lovitz. He's great. Anyway, pilot Rob Sandberg, who you wouldn't think a Sandberg would be flying a Nazi aircraft. He said, I picked a spot on the freeway where I knew there was a big section of cars that weren't there. He knew there was a section of cars that weren't there.
Okay.
So he knew there was nothing there.
He knew.
Yeah. The engine completely failed. I was able to fortunately not hurt anybody other than the airplane.
Well, that was a
So
Nazi.
that was kind of a
Wears a red hat,
Yeah.
white button-down shirt,
Yeah.
other
Moving on.
topical stereotypes.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, where are we at? On Monday, Sean Sykes Jr. pleaded guilty to one count of possession with intent to sell cocaine, heroin, and marijuana, and using a firearm in furtherance of a drug crime.
Okay.
The plea gave journalists a chance to look back to his original interrogation, which occurred in September 2017 after a routine traffic stop. When police searched a car that Sykes was in, they found a backpack containing various drugs and 2 handguns. The detective questioning Sykes said the suspect engaged in some very stinky behavior during the interrogation. At one point, the detective asked Sykes for his address. The suspect, quote, leaned to one side of his chair and released a loud fart before answering with the address. When Sykes wouldn't stop farting, the detective said he ended the interview.
That's so good.
That is
That's so good. That's so. I'm about to like the. Yes, the Anderson side of me is like,
yeah.
screw you, pig. And it's like, that's funny.
That's terrible.
What else? What else?
They're just trying to get to the truth.
It's just
They don't need that. They don't need that crap.
It stinks, is what it is. It's God. I'm bad at puns. He clearly has a gastro problem.
Right.
Check it out.
Absolutely.
It's not gout, but whatever.
Yeah, it's not gout. Yeah, it's Taco Bell. Actually,
Bell.
is probably more likely what it is.
Remember the Chihuahua?
Huh?
I miss the Chihuahua. Taco Bell. Remember the Chihuahua dog?
Yeah, I remember the Chihuahua. Yeah, they said it was racist.
Yeah, well,
And it's just I don't know. Everybody's so sensitive anymore.
well.
I mean, it's a Chihuahua. It's a Mexican dog. Of course, he's going to have an accent.
I mean, that makes sense.
There's nothing racist about that.
It'd have been friggin' hilarious if they gave him like an African accent
Yeah.
or something. The little Chihuahua came out. Give me the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That's,
I was thinking Scottish.
that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like I'm about to do
you
it.
quiero Taco Bell. All right.
That was good. See, we can do that. Marketing really needs to step up their game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I mean, it's no worse than a lizard with a British accent.
Geico.
Yeah.
Geico.
Well, no, that's Australian accent. That's right. I forgot because he's a gecko. He's Australian.
Oh.
I
Did they
plumb
explain
forgot
that in
he's
the commercial?
Australian. That changes the whole thing.
It does. I hate him now. Ugh,
Yeah, exactly.
gross.
Oh, bloody Australians.
What have they ever done?
Yeah, just be careful. We have a Canadian in with us.
That's ooh.
But
Oh.
his name's Weed,
I
so
was
it's
about
all
to say
right.
weed.
In fact,
Weed Canadian. Weed's pretty Canadian.
yeah. Well, it is now.
Yeah. Good for
I
them.
think
Freaking.
I think we need more American
Weed's illegal
weed.
Canadian now. That's what
Yeah.
they did.
Perfect.
Good for
Yeah,
you, Weed.
that's-
a person, by
he's
the way.
not impressed. That's okay.
I'm not talking to like a bag
Is
of weed
everything
that's
okay?
just sitting in here. There's a human being.
Okay. I'm just checking.
The
checking.
listener at home.
Yeah.
There's no weed in here.
We have another New Jersey story.
Change
'cause,
that.
they're getting good. They're getting good too. New Jersey mom Crystal Platzer. I love her
sounds so
name.
hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Crystal Platzer was seriously bugged by a breakfast sandwich she purchased last Thursday at Dunkin' Donuts. Platzer, a 34-year-old from Brick,
Okay.
apparently in New Jersey. There's a town in New Jersey called Brick. That makes perfect sense. Was doing errands with her 2-year-old Gianni
Get some T-shirts.
When she went to a Dunkin' Donuts in Lakewood and ordered 2 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants and a wrap. Gianni devoured one of the croissant sandwiches in the car, but Platzer didn't eat hers until she got home, and boy was she shocked when she opened up the sandwich to put ketchup on it. Because who puts ketchup on a bacon? Oh, that's just disgusting.
Jersey trash.
She said, I took a bite and a worm came out. I swallowed the first bite, but she swallowed after. I took a bite and a worm came out. I swallowed the first bite because why waste it? You've already bitten into the worm. You might as well keep going.
What a trooper.
But there was a worm. But there was a worm on my lip, and it fell on the Dunkin' Donuts wrapper, she said. And I was moving, and it was moving, and I freaked out. I was on the phone, actually, with my mom, and I started screaming and hung up on her, which is something every mom wants.
Yeah.
When you just start screaming and hang up. In fact, I think from now on, every time I talk to my mother on the phone, that's how I'm going to end the conversation. I'm just going to and hang up. That way, give her more to worry about.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
She sounds like a single mom. So
yes.
Does it leave her phone number?
I'm going to check. I'll check. I'll check the original, and I'll see if I can find that for
Jersey,
you.
Right.
She said, I said, what the heck is that? And I was going to take another bite out of the sandwich.
Okay.
Because she's a slow learner. And I was like, don't even tell me that came out of the sandwich. That wasn't all. Platzer looked closer at the sandwich and found more worms, larvae, flies, and gnats on it.
What?
Oh, and the bacon was raw too, she said.
Oh, that's the worst part.
And here's the worst part. I read that whole story. Never once does she show any concern that her 2-year-old daughter, Gianni, ate the entire sandwich as soon as she got it.
Did she check his head? Poor little Gianni.
Yeah, poor little Gianni.
Jim Tuesday is not going to be the same. I'm terrible with Jersey accent. But
she's got worms now, apparently. So she has to take her kid in to get dewormed. And that's...
She get some T-shit time in. T-shit Jersey Shore? Nobody? Okay.
No, nobody.
I forget.
Nobody ever should.
That's this
really,
demographic. That's fair. All right.
Yep, I've heard of it.
Right.
Because I watched episodes of South Park where they made fun of it. That's the only reason I've
Scrolling
heard
past
of it.
MTV one day.
Yeah.
What those rock and rollers were up to.
Yeah.
You're old. I'm sorry.
Huh? Yeah, senior discount, don't forget.
That's right. Don Smith.
So, yeah, Dunkin' Donuts.
So is that the end of the story?
Did
she take it back and pistol whip the guy who sold it to
I'm
her?
assuming, because that's what I would do.
Did she?
But yeah,
that was it. Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
she just reported it, and
so you
her
think
daughter wanted another one because she,
protein.
Exactly,
think about like what the people around you would do in those situations. And I'm from Springfield, so somebody would have been pistol whipped. Like that's just the end.
Yeah, I was going to say you're from Springfield. You just eat the sandwich,
right? Well, I mean.
We're good here.
Be picky. That's fine.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, you're eating at Dunkin' Donuts anyway. It's probably better for you.
I mean, I'm more of a Tim Hortons
than
guy,
their
but
usual
whatever.
thing. Yeah, exactly.
Worms come out of the dirt.
Yeah.
So does lettuce.
Well, I prefer Tim Hortons because Tim Hortons is from Canada.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm hoping since weed's legal there, there'll be a shipping.
Throw it in the coffee.
There'll be a shipping mix
There's
up
just one
at some
stone
point.
guy at
And
the
yeah,
friggin' warehouse.
there'll be a shipping mix up, and instead of coffee grounds, they're just going to run hot water through weed.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to drink it.
They're just can't tell the difference.
Yeah, give me a double weed.
One guy. There's that one guy at the warehouse. It's just,
There's always one. There's always one. There's
guy.
one. Trust me, I worked at warehouses. There's plenty more than one.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's.
Is it coffee? That's how all stoners talk.
That's what?
How all stoners talk.
Actually. That's pretty much.
accent.
Yeah, that's
French.
Yeah, that's how you can tell. Yeah. It's like, are you French or are you stoned?
Yeah.
And you usually can't tell the difference.
And they smell like weed.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
So.
Wee. Firefighters in China shared video. And again, we're discussing video on the radio.
It's very visual.
Yeah, absolutely. Just close your eyes and picture this.
Ooh.
In fact, you don't even have to close your eyes because you're listening to the radio.
Keep going.
Just, yeah. Firefighters in China shared a video from a rescue of a man whose arm became stuck in a noodle-making machine while attempting to make pasta. The video, filmed at a shop in Sanmingxia City, Henan Province, shows a man with his arm stuck deep inside a pasta-making machine after attempting to retrieve some dough that he dropped into the mechanism. Isn't that where it goes? I would think it's like, let it go.
I'm so salty you don't have the video of this right
Yeah,
now.
the footage
This is one thing I really want to see.
The footage shows the firefighters removing screws from the machine before using a hydraulic spreader to create a gap wide enough to remove the man's arm.
Oh, my goodness.
Firefighters said the rescue took about 20 minutes. And how were the noodles? How did the noodles turn out?
If they would have just boiled in some hot water, it would have taken 10. But
yeah,
that's fine.
Exactly. Yeah, everything would have expanded, and then would have
cooking
blown.
works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A little bit of sauce, it'd have been fine. Yeah. If a lady's 2-year-old daughter can eat a wormy sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts,
or whatever is out there doing push-ups and a wife beater eating worms out of a friggin' biscuit sandwich, then I'm
Give
sure.
me more.
What's his name? It was from China. Hank Lau. Man.
Hank?
Hank?
A lot of
I don't know,
Hanks
maybe
in
why
China.
not? Fred Chang got his hand. Oh,
yeah, Fred Chang. Hank Chang. I like that. Hank Chang is better. That's
Did he live?
That's well, they rescued him. It was just his arm, I'm
Shoot
assuming.
him afterwards
Yeah.
for being stupid.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, it was China, you know.
God damn it, Hank. Hank, you're out here messing up our noodles.
I think the name of this episode is going to be Hank Chang now.
Hank
That's
Chang.
it, Hank Chang. Everybody Hank Chang. We have one more. We have just blown through these news stories.
I understand.
It's crazy. It's the craziest thing.
There's no ending to these stories, and it bugs me because now I want to know about all these people and their horrible
These are
events.
just teasers. Yeah, I just do news teasers. I'm not
Right.
giving that. You have to turn somewhere else for the rest of
I'm
the story.
never going to do that, though, because of how lazy I am.
Right.
For the rest of my life.
That's really what this is about. This whole show is just testing other comics' laziness.
How lazy we can be, because
because next time I see you, I'm going to ask what happened on these news stories. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to remember any of them. In fact, most of this show I sit through drunk, and I don't even know what happens while I'm here.
If I'm being honest. What?
I'm sorry, did you say something?
No.
A Florida man was sentenced Wednesday to 40 years in prison after he plotted to place bombs in Target stores along the eastern seaboard, hoping to profit when the retailer's stock price dropped. Charles Barnett, 50 of Ocala, was convicted in July on federal charges of attempted arson, possession of an unregistered destructive device, and making an unregistered destructive. Right. Hold on. Where was I?
Go ahead.
Witnesses testified that he offered another person. You don't ever bring another person into your plot to blow up Target. That's where everybody makes their mistake. Witnesses testified that he offered another person $10,000 to place bombs hidden in food packages in Target stores in Florida, Virginia, and New York. Instead, the person notified federal officials, and Barnett was arrested. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Was it a random guy, or was it just...
Just somebody. He walked up to the man on the street.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you feel about Target and bombs?
I bet you get some teenagers do it for, like, beer or something.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
am I
I'm
creating
sure they
ideas?
would, yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, this way, 40 years he gets out, you can let him know. You can... Evidence at the trial showed that Barnett had bought bomb components and assembled at least 10 improvised explosive devices, which he concealed in packages for stuffing mix, breakfast bars, and pasta.
Okay. See, that's where he messed up.
Exactly, yeah.
It's
the pasta. Go for the beer. That's going to get out there quicker.
Target. What is Target? Furniture? There's furniture there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're going to stick there.
Clothing.
Clearly.
You want it in clothing.
Condoms.
Definitely. Do they sell condoms
Is that
at
an
Target?
aisle? Is that like a whole section?
It should be. It should be. There should be a whole condom section in Target.
I have 3 kids.
There should be 2 aisles of condoms in Walmart, but there should be at least 1 aisle of condom in Target.
That's fair. I'm going to write our governor actually
Walmart,
right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to send him. Let's get behind this bill right now.
Absolutely.
Let's introduce that to Congress tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense to me, especially Walmart, because you don't. Yeah, if you've been there, you don't want them breeding.
I miss Target. There's no Target in Springfield anymore. So
No Target in Springfield?
I moved out, man.
That's
Still
what
got
is there in
Kroger's.
Springfield? I haven't been out to Springfield in forever.
No, we don't. We got a track and feed.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. That's like Walmart for cattle.
That's exactly right.
Now, anyway, the guy offered money to place the items in 10 stores, theorizing that the company's stock price would drop because of bad publicity, allowing him to buy shares cheaply before they rebounded.
That is convoluted,
It's a
my friend.
Brilliant plan.
It's
Brilliant
just
plan.
Sell Avon like the rest of us. That is.
Yep. He was in Florida. He could get a free Sebring and tow boats with it from the trunk. That's a throwback. That's a callback to the last episode.
Oh, okay.
Where we talked about a guy in Florida who was towing a boat without a trailer hitch. He was actually inside the trunk of a Sebring, holding on to the trailer hitch.
Oh.
Yeah. because Florida.
Because Florida. No,
because Florida.
I'm we plan on moving back. I love Florida, and that is absolutely correct.
What part?
Palm Coast.
Palm Coast.
Probably an hour south of St. Augustine.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love
Now
it.
is that on Gulf Coast or?
No, other side.
What? That's on the East Coast.
Coast,
That's on
coast,
the Atlantic Coast. Okay.
Coast.
Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I've been to Palm Coast or not. I used to live in West Palm Beach for about a year and a half. So yeah, I know crazy Florida.
I can't wait to get there.
I'm so glad I don't live there.
OHIO
I couldn't
here.
wait to get out of Florida.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Me and you, sir.
Absolutely.
Zion,
I moved there right out of high school. A couple years out of high school.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I grew up in a small town where you just the simple things that you miss, like going to the grocery store. Going to the grocery store, I know what I want. I go in there 15 minutes, I'm back home.
Okay.
Florida, tourist season, West Palm Beach, a trip to the grocery store is 3 hours.
Okay.
Because usually it's 45 minutes just to get to the store that would normally take you about 18 minutes to get to.
Well, that stinks.
And then, it did stink because my apartment was right on the Intercoastal Waterway. And that's like the Florida is America's leach field. That's where, you flush a toilet, eventually it's going to end up in Florida.
I like it. I still love Florida. We went to Universal earlier this year.
My ex-in-laws are in Florida as well, so that's another reason to stay away.
Ex-in-laws.
Ex-in-laws, yes. And my ex-wife. She's in Florida.
I hope they die. But we
they're-
went to Universal.
they're all right. They don't
I don't
bother
know which way you want me to take this here. I don't know your relationship with your ex. I hope they live a long life until they die.
Sure.
As long as they die. So
as long as death is involved somewhere. Because you always have to. That's the trick. When you marry, you always marry somebody that's from out of state. That way, if it doesn't work out, they go back.
I messed up.
Yeah.
I messed up.
My ex-wife was from Florida.
Oh, okay.
Actually, originally from the island of Trinidad in the Caribbean.
Oh.
My wife now is from California.
I want to hear only about the ex. Forget your wife. Let's not talk about her. Let's only talk about your ex-wife for the next 5 minutes.
Yesterday would have been our 19th.
Did you text her today?
Anniversary. No.
Today's National Text Your Ex Day.
I did not know that.
I promise you. Or is it?
I'll pass.
So, okay.
That must be why she sent me a message this morning that I haven't responded to.
Oh.
So, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
This is awkward.
A little bit. So, do you have anything coming up other than your Red Dead Redemption tournaments?
Yeah.
Are there tournaments in that?
Video games.
What
Not
do you
yet
do
when the online comes on, though?
So it's not even online, or you're just not online.
It's a huge game. It's a huge game. We could talk about video games for the next 3 hours if you want to, but
well, I'm out of here in about 4 minutes.
Okay. It's a big game. It'll be online soon. I'll play a lot of that. I don't really have anything comedy coming up. I'm going to be hitting mics and stuff. I'll jump back into shows here soon.
I wouldn't jump. I'd wait till you recover a little bit before you do any jumping.
But it's a slow walk. It's kind of hot.
Right. Yeah. You'll
back into the world of comedy.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how you got to do it.
Sometimes you got to sit down and munch on painkillers for a couple months. But I'll be back.
Yeah. Sometimes you buy a comedy club.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they kind of go hand in hand if you think about it.
Oh yeah. I'd rather munch the painkillers.
I've seen how small.
How many you got?
Are,
and I'll trade.
Comedy
club for the painkillers.
10 milligrams.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. It's always fun. And I look forward to seeing you back up on stage.
I'll be back, man.
Yeah. You had some good stuff. We co-headlined a show a long time ago, and that was a lot of fun.
You know, that was the night I proposed? Wasn't that?
Yes.
You were there?
Yes. Yeah, I was there because I had just done my 30-minute set, and
I
you
went
came
up and bombed
proposed,
for 24 minutes.
Bombed for 24 minutes,
then
and
I
proposed, and that's how you got your applause, which I thought, man, that is really cheap.
You know, John said something the next show. The next show we did, he was like, "Are you going to propose again? Because you can only do that, like, it's hack now. Like, you can only do that once."
Yeah, you can't keep doing that. That only works the first time.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's all right.
But
as long as it worked out, things are still good. That's what matters. You know, with the bombing, that is
right.
With the bad set. That's as long as things worked out and
that was
you got
a long
over
time ago, Don. That was 2.5 years ago.
That was because I would. Other than a couple of Sundays, I haven't seen you up for a while.
Yeah,
so.
I'll be back, Don.
All right.
You wait.
All right. I can't wait.
I know.
All right. That is it. We're going to call this a show.
All
what
right.
did we name it? Hank Chang.
Hank Chang. I appreciate being a part of Hank Chang.
Well, Hank Chang appreciates you.
It's part of me now, forever.
It is. It
So,
should be. It should be. It should be part of something.
That's what I'm going to call something. So.
All right. Let me pull up what I need to pull up here, and then I'm just going to leave. I'm just not even going to say anything. I'm just going to play my outro and walk away.
Peace.
Walk away proud before I say anything else. Thanks for listening. Chris Karwoski.
Yee.
Thor, thanks for coming in, hobbling in, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah,
back
me too, man.
in the comedy world.
Absolutely.
All right. Stay tuned next week. I think I'll be here. I don't know. I'm going to go see what the results are from this meeting of the directors out here and see if I still have a show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM with a repeat broadcast on Wednesdays from noon to 2, or you can always stream the show live at WWSU1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email the life1069@gmail.com.
It's not gout.